If you're looking to add a little bit of that aggressive dark horse styling to the rear end of your 2024 and newer Mustang GT or EcoBoost, well then, you might want to check out MP Concepts' dark horse style rear diffuser with the LED reverse light that we're talking about here today. Now this kit will feature a durable injection molded ABS plastic for the build, along with the dark horse style honeycomb down here at the bottom, in addition to the really sharp MP Concepts LED reverse light, and of course, the openings for a quad tip exhaust, all for right around that mid $400 price point. All right, so this is another killer part from the gang at MP Concepts that gives S650 owners the chance to incorporate some of that factory dark horse styling to the rear end, while also maybe giving single tip exhaust owners the chance to install a set of quads. Now, on the topic of styling, this one's pretty self-explanatory, right? Again, molded after the dark horse using very similar materials, similar textures, in addition to styling cues such as the shape of the diffuser itself, the honeycomb mesh portion down here at the bottom below that reverse light, and then last but not least, of course, the cutouts for a factory quad tip or aftermarket quad tip exhaust. Now, I also want to point out, guys, that this particular option does also include the very unique MP Concepts LED reverse light, which also acts as a running light as well. So a lot going on here with this particular option, and that reverse light's kind of like an extra little bonus on top. Now, moving into construction, and not only does this thing look the part, but it also is built using very similar materials and quality, including the injection molded ABS plastic, which has been designed using OEM Ford CAD data, and the proof really will be in the fitment. Now, this material has been given that same line grain texture that Ford likes to use on the S650 exterior plastics, in addition to that honeycomb material that is found down here at the bottom below that reverse light. Now, we did also mention that LED reverse light that MP Concepts kicks in here, but also want to point out, guys, that this particular option does have these spots for your factory backup sensors already pre-drilled for you, in addition to the factory reflectors on the back. You just got to transfer all of that stuff over from your factory bumper. Now, as far as your pricing is concerned, well, the MP Concepts dark horse inspired option will land you in that mid $400 ballpark here, which I would say puts this actually in line with the majority of other rear diffusers currently available here on the site for your S650 at home. But the added bonus you have to keep in mind here, guys, is the fact that you're getting, I would say, an extra $100 LED reverse light with the built-in runner here as well. So again, you kind of have to factor that into the price point at the end of the day. Now we want to shift gears and talk about the install, and as I mentioned earlier, that Ford CAD data really does show itself once you go to install this thing for the very first time. All of the tabs, mounting locations, everything is in the factory spot, which will make your job easier at the end of the day. Site's going to call this one a middle of the road 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. A little light wiring needed here for the reverse light to get that runner up and running, but we're going to lay that out for you all very clearly. So just leave yourself a couple hours to get this thing in place. Give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage at home. Let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you need a 3/8 ratchet, 3/8 extension, a 10 and 7mm socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, clip removal tool, wire crimpers, wire strippers, and wire connectors. All right, today we're gonna be installing a rear diffuser on our Mustang, so let's get started. All right, we're gonna start underneath our vehicle here. To take our diffuser off, we need to take our rear bumper cover off. So we're gonna start on the side here with these 2 push clips. We're gonna grab our clip removal tool and pop those out. Then you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now in the middle of the back of the bumper, we're gonna see a bunch of 7mm screws going all the way across. We're gonna grab our ratchet, 7mm socket, and take all of those out. So now we're in our wheel well of our rear wheel. We'll see a push clip here. We're gonna take that out. Pop that out of the way, and then we're gonna switch to our ratchet, a short extension and a 7mm socket. We have 2 bolts here and here that we're gonna take out. And then we're gonna take our wheel liner, just fold that back out of the way for now. You'll see 2 more bolts here and here. We're gonna take those 2 out. Same thing, extension and 7mm socket. We're just gonna take our extension off now, and we're gonna go after this top bolt right here that's holding the bumper to the quarter panel. Same thing, 7mm socket. Now that we have our 3 bolts out of our wheel liner on the inside, you gotta repeat those same steps on the other side. So now we're ready to get this bumper cover off. I'm just gonna start on the side here, pull it off, and it'll release the bumper from the side. Then we need to get to a connector, which is right about here behind the bumper. Pull back slightly, release off some tabs. Now the connector is right here. So pull that, it's just a tab, push down, pull the connector off. Just gonna let that rest up here real quick while I release this side. Now that we have it all released, you just grab it in the middle and pull your cover off. Just so you can see a little bit easier, this is where the other end of the connector is, that is attached to this plastic piece right here under the taillight. So now we're on the back of our bumper cover here. We just need to remove this plastic trim piece to access our parking sensors and reflectors. So we have 4 clips here that we're gonna pull off with our clip removal tool. That's out of the way. And now we can disconnect our reverse light connector here. And we have a clip here also, which we're gonna pop off. All right, our reverse light, simple. Pull back on this white tab, push down, and it pulls off like that. So on either side here, we'll have 1 more clip. I'll pop that off. And then we have our 1 plastic retaining clip here. You can use your clip removal tool. Just pry that up and release that tab. You can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We'll be ready to pull this out. All right, so you didn't see these 2 in the middle here. So we have 1 here, 1 here. Just a couple narrow plastic tabs. Just pry them up a little bit. They will release. We can move our trim out of the way. Just feed our reverse wire through. Set this aside. So we have 4 parking sensors on the back of our bumper here. They all come off the same way. You're just gonna push down on the connector and pull off. If it gets a little tight, you can grab your clip removal tool. Just try to get under that front edge just to help lift that up. Get our sensor out. Just pull these 2 plastic pieces apart here. Or release the locking tabs and just pull that straight out. You do the same thing for the other 3 on this bumper. For our reflectors, we have 1 10mm nut here on the inside. Grab our ratchet socket, take that off. Just push that through, squeeze this tab here. That'll come out front side. Go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So across the middle section here, this is the end one. There will be 4 of these white plastic tabs. You just simply push down on the side here. If you need to, you can use your clip removal tool. You just push down and then push through. You can go ahead and do the same thing for the other 3 on the back of the bumper. All right, so on the outside of our bumper, you'll see 3 screws on the inside. We're gonna grab our ratchet and 7mm socket and take those 3 out. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now the only thing holding our diffuser still on are these plastic retaining tabs going all the way across the bottom. It's just simple, just pull down on them, you can push them through. You're just gonna work your way along the bumper. To the other side. Now once this is all released, we can go ahead and remove our painted cover and set that aside. So since we have a new reverse light and our new bumper and our new diffuser, we have to take our 4 factory 7mm bolts out. So grab our ratchet and 7mm socket, take all those out. So now we're going to start assembling our new diffuser. So we're going to start with our new light. We're going to set that in place. And we're going to reuse our 4 7mm factory screws that we took out. Just to make it a little bit easier, we're going to grab an extension and our 7mm socket and tighten all those down. Get them all started first. We're now going to put our reflector back in place. So I'll go through the front, snap in the outside, put our nut back over our stud, tighten that down with our ratchet and 10mm socket. Don't over tighten that. This will be very easy to strip. Just like that. And go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we have our diffuser flipped over. We just need to install our lower bracket. So you see 5 slotted locations. That's where we're going to put our supplied nut plates on. We're just simply going to slide over like that. Now we're going to get ready to install. Now this cover will go like so. And then we're going to put our Phillips head screws with flat washers through those 5 locations. All right, so we have our Phillips head screw for flat washer. Get this tilted up and get all these started. All right, now you can grab a Phillips head screwdriver and tighten them down. I just have a Phillips head bit on my ratchet, which just makes it a little bit faster. All right, we're back on our factory diffuser. We just have to take off a few more clips. So you see the 3 on the either side. Grab the clip removal tool, and we'll just lift up on them, and then we'll release. And go ahead and do the same thing for the other 2 on this side, and then the other 3 on the other side. Then we just have the 5 in the center. It's the same type of clip. It's the same process. Just pop them off, just like that. Go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of these 4. All right, so we're just going to reinstall our clips that we just took off on our new diffuser. We got 3 on either side. Get these on. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We just have the 5 in the middle. All right, we just have our 5 on the inside. Just slide them over, just like that. Now we're going to start getting our bumper and diffuser together. Now this is just a little awkward. Once you start getting together, it'll just fall together. So we just line up some of our clips. All right, get all of our tabs lined up. Just push down together. And just continue all the way to either side. All right, and then we have the side over here. There is this pin at the top here. Make sure that lines up on the bumper here. Once this side's all together, go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to get our 3 screws back in on either side. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now we just have our white securing tabs that we took out of our 4 locations to another side, right here and right here. Just push them back through. They'll lock in place. If you need to, just push the diffuser and bumper together a little bit. And go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna reinstall our parking sensor now. It just clips right in place. And then just plug your connector in. You can go ahead and do the same thing for the other 3 sensors. So now we're gonna get our plastic reinforcement in through the back. Remember, we're gonna take our reverse light connector. We're gonna fish that through this hole here. And then just line everything up. Make sure the wiring harness is out of the way. And we have our 2 in the middle here. Just push down to lock in. And then on either side, we have a clip here and a clip over here. So we're just gonna start resecuring our wiring harness. So we have our clip on the outside here. Just push that in. Do the same thing on the other side, work our way to the middle. So in the middle, we have 5 more clips. We'll just start pushing them back in, securing them in place. Now that all the wiring is secured, we just need to tackle our reverse light wiring. So now we're gonna wire up our reverse light. So half of our reverse light. We're gonna do the actual reverse part now. So we have our black and white wire coming off of our new light, and you'll get your connector for your factory reverse light. 2 wires that we're gonna go to is our green and brown and our black and violet. So the black will go to the black, the white will go to the green. The type of connector we're gonna be using are spade connectors and these T-taps. So this will crimp over the factory wire, and the spade connector will slide in the back like so. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start with our black wire. We're gonna strip that back. Get that wire exposed, and we can crimp on our spade connector. Grab our wire crimpers, crimp those down. Do the same thing for the white wire. We're gonna get our T-taps. Just gonna crimp these down over our wire here. Make sure you leave a little bit of extra room just in case. You just simply squeeze down and lock down. Do the same thing for the other wire here. And we can just plug our spade connectors in. Remember, black to black and purple, and white to our green and brown. Now you can secure that up if you want to anyway, zip ties or whatever, just to keep this out of the way. We also have our harness to lock in place there. We're just gonna tuck ours here, out of the way for now. All right, so we just have a little bit more hardware just to install on either side of the bottom of the diffuser. We're gonna have another one of our Phillips head screws with a flat washer, and then a 10mm nut on the inside. It's just in those locations where the nut clips didn't go. We'll thread that on, grab our ratchet with a 10mm socket and our Phillips head screwdriver, and tighten that down. Now we're gonna switch to our 7mm socket. You see the bracket right here, that's gonna go into our factory nut clip. Just gonna thread that in, grab one of our factory bolts that we took out, ratchet, 7mm socket, and tighten that down. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now before we get our bump cover back on, we're gonna talk about our other 2 wires for our new light. So we're gonna see a plug on the bottom here. Now we're just gonna pull ours out and out of the way for now. Now what you would wanna do is maybe poke a hole and just shove those wires through just to make sure you have a good seal, because you don't wanna leave an open hole in the bottom of your trunk. So we're just gonna feed these wires up through and into our trunk, and they will get connected on the inside. Now we're just gonna leave these here for now, get our bumper on, and then pull them the rest of the way through. All right, so now we're just gonna reinstall our bumper cover back on, how we took it off. Just gently set that up. Over the top of the middle, line everything up, plug our harness back in, push that connector on, and then just put your cover back on. Make sure this goes under this trim here. Just push into place. Just work all the way around to the edges. Give it a good tap. Now we can go back in our wheel wells and re-secure them there. So we're gonna start up here and thread in our top 7mm bolt. Grab our ratchet and 7mm socket and tighten that down. And sometimes you'll get that top spinning, and just grab my crimpers here and just hold that. Just enough to get that tight. All right, so we have our top and bottom bolts here that we're gonna reinstall. Same thing, 7mm. Put our wheel liner back in place. Then we have 2 more bolts to install, one up top here. And one down in the middle here. And then our push clip at the bottom. Once you have this side all secured, you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So now we're underneath, we're going to secure our rear cover here to our new diffuser. So you may just need to pull it up a little bit just to get everything to line up. But we have our 5 bolts here that will go into our cover. So grab our ratchet, extension, and 7mm socket and get those in. I'm going to get them all started first, and then we'll tighten them down. There are 2 more 7mm screws. They are in these 2 slots here. Now they are the little ones without the big washers. And you pull down a little bit just to get everything lined up in there. All right, now we're underneath our car. We're just gonna start installing some of our hardware in these 2 slots here and here. There's gonna be a recessed bolt. It's gonna be our factory bolt that we took out without our large washer. Now you might need to just get your hand up in there and squeeze them together to tighten them down. Same thing for the other one. You can get our cover in place and get the rest of our hardware on. Now we just have our 5 7mm screws going across with our larger washers. Just gonna get them lined up and started first. All right, now we can tighten them all down. Now we just have our 2 clips on either side. Now we just have our 2 push clips on the side here. We're just gonna fold this bracket up and get them in place. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna go into our trunk and hook up our wiring. Now we have 2 wires. We have a red wire and a blue wire. Our red wire we're gonna show hooking up normally. Now your red wire is optional. That is for a flashing brake light. Now we are going to wire ours into our tail light for demonstration purposes. That is not generally how you want to do that in this procedure. For these newer gens, the brake light and turn signal are the same wire. So when you do turn on the left turn signal, that brake light will flash. Now you would want to run it up to maybe the 3rd brake light, but that's just personal preference. Now we're gonna go inside, we're just gonna hook ours up, and we'll show you how to do that now. All right, now we're gonna pull up our access to our spare tire. That's where our plug is that we went through our body with. We're just gonna pull up our wires out of the way and pull up all the slack. And then we're gonna take off our plug on the side here. Just set that back down. We're gonna come to the side here and take out this clip with our clip removal tool, and that will allow us access to our wiring harness for our tail light over here. All right, so you see down here, you'll see your connector for your tail light. So we already have 2 T-taps on here and spade connectors. That is the same exact way that we wired up our reverse light. So we're gonna take our red wire and we're gonna go to our gray and yellow wire here. Just gonna plug that in. And then we have our blue wire, which is just for demonstration purposes. We'll go to our white and gray wire here. All right, and you tuck that wire out of the way and reinstall our carpet. All right, so we'll get our carpet back in place. Just line everything up and put our push clip back in. And that wraps up our install of our MP Concepts Dark Horse style rear diffuser with an LED reverse light for our 2024 and newer Mustang GT and EcoBoost. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.